Okay, thank you, Yash. Okay, so I have a very special guest with me right now, and that is the Blinkit co-founder. No one can stop talking about quick commerce, so let me get Albinder Dhindsa of Blinkit. Thank you very much. You've been the man of the moment now for the last many, many months.
Thank you so much. We're very lucky and have a lot of gratitude that everybody thinks you're doing well. Yeah.
You are doing fabulous. We've seen explosive growth. Do you remember yourself 25 years back? We're celebrating 25 years of CNBC. What were you doing back then?
I think I was preparing for the entrance exams to go to college.
And if it wasn't for Blinkit, what else would you be doing?
I'd probably be, a techie somewhere.
And what's the advice that you would give to yourself 25 years ago?
I think it would just be to work hard and have a good work ethic through everything. And personally, I would be very, very grateful that, we got the opportunity to do this. We were there, right place, right time. And we got to build this. So I would also tell my future self to have a lot of gratitude for what is in store.
Great. So let's talk about business, right? Because we've seen competition heat up. There are more and more players now entering in. Everyone's talking about Amazon, etc. How do you feel about competition?
I think it's a good thing. A lot of the innovation happens when there is more competition. Everybody's trying to think of better things to do. Because when the space has a lot of conviction from a lot of people, you have to do better things for the customers to stand out. So I think it will be a good innovative phase because everybody will be trying to put their best foot forward, and I think a lot of innovation will happen in the space because of that.
And what, according to you, is the number of players quick commerce can handle? So now, for instance, in food delivery, we have a very stable duopoly. But for instance, in e-commerce, there are so many players, even today, who are launching. What's your own vision for quick commerce? A duopoly, few players, or do you think this is an industry which can support many players?
I think as an industry, it can and it will support a lot of players. It is very hard to sort of predict how the spaces will evolve. Like 4 years ago when we started dark stores, it was a very different thing for people to think whether it will reach even this stage. And I think similarly trying to predict that future is going to be hard. But I feel that there are going to be a lot of players. There are going to be players that are going to be specialists in certain areas. And I think this is a very, very large space as compared to food delivery, so it should be able to support multiple successful companies.
Fair enough. Interesting to note that even fashion is now adopting quick commerce. We were just reading about Myntra and 30-minute deliveries. Which categories do you think will take the quick commerce route?
I think we will try with almost every category which is out there. Which categories become successful, I think it depends on execution. It also depends on consumer insights. See, at the end of the day, it is the consumers who decide, what they want faster and what they don't. So I think everybody will try different categories, and whatever consumers agree is useful for them, those will survive.
So Blinkit, what categories are you looking at next?
I think, just like you said, some of these categories that we're very excited about that we're scaling up, whether it is beauty, whether it's electronics, fashion, we're also working on them, and we're working on innovating and making sure that, we can get the customers a very good experience in these categories.
Talk to us about innovation. That's the only differentiating factor. So what is the work that you're doing on the innovation front?
See, in organizations like ours, innovation is across many layers. It's technical innovation. You also have to do a lot of supply chain innovation. You also have to do a lot of innovation around, what products and how they sell on the platform. And I think for us, the important thing is to have an organization which has a culture of innovation. So whatever we do it well, we do it in a new way. Because really, like you said, that's going to be the only differentiator in the future.
So give me an example. For instance, right, quick commerce and grocery, how does it need to be different compared to quick commerce on electronics or quick commerce on fashion?
So I think, quick commerce and grocery tends to be a very, very low margin business. And typically when our old sellers came into the picture, we had to get a lot of support for them from different elements to make sure that they are able to maintain different businesses. A lot of the brands and sellers which exist, for example, in the electronics categories, they are much savvier, they're much more technically capable to be able to build their businesses. So the tooling that we have to build for them, the way that we build for them, I think these things are entirely different. And of course, the consumer moments of buying are very different. So we have to make sure that, we can be there for even a high value product like a vacuum cleaner as much as we can be there for a low value product like fruits and vegetables.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Albinder, for joining in. The event is just about to start. So it's over now to IBLA 25, CNBC at 25.